In problems 3 and 4 on Unit 3 Review 1, you're asked to simplify the expressions. So in this problem, I'm going to use the FOILing method to multiply here. Remember, FOILing front, outside, inside, and last. So multiplying the fronts. And you can use Desmos to multiply if you don't want to do it by hand, or maybe use the calculator on your phone or on the computer. I'm going to take 13 times 7 to achieve an answer of 91. Positive times a negative is a negative. I've done the front. Now the outside, I need 13 times 3. I know 13 times 3 is 39. A positive times a negative is a negative, and attach the I. Inside, 5 times 7 is 35. A negative times a negative is a positive. Attach the I. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 negatives make a positive, and attach 2 i's. But I'm going to do it really lightly, because remember, we learned that I squared this year is equal to negative 1. So I'm going to rewrite this with negative 1, now replacing the I squared. Your final answer must be written in standard form. So negative 91, and a positive times a negative is negative, and this is negative 15. I'm going to combine those two for the front. That's the real portion. That is the real portion of this complex expression. And now I have negative 39i and a positive 35i. Different signs, so I'm going to subtract. Keep the sign of the larger number. This is the imaginary part of the complex. This is the real part. So I'm going to take 91, and since they're both the same signs, negative 91 and negative 15, I'm going to add them. So 91 plus 15 is 106. Keep the sign of the larger number. And then minus 41i. As far as you go, you cannot combine these two. Real and imaginary part of the complex number. On to problem number 2. As I set it up above, I squared is equal to negative 1. So I'm going to replace this I squared with negative 1. We also learned that you cannot take the square root of a negative, but now we can take that negative and it can come out front and becomes an I. The square root of 25 is 5, so I'm going to replace this part with 5i. Bring down the negative sign. I know the square root of 4 is 2. So 2, negative 5i, subtraction sign, and a negative 6 times negative 1 is a positive 6. Now when I combine like terms, 6 minus 2 is 4. That's the real portion of the complex. 5i is the imaginary portion.